Hello everybody, this is Daniel Borg with his project review video for week 3 in APL 1509. And I wanted to just first off by talking about the actual launch to the iPad, to my mobile device. I had no success, tried everything, and this is what I get when I actually try to launch it. I get this particular error saying by the provisioning profiles, and then attempts to fix the issue, but it says that the Apple ID and password is incorrect. So I don't know why it's saying that. I did check the iCloud through the preferences, and everything seems to be signed in and ready to go. I did do the provisionals a couple times just to make sure, and I just need some help on that. Now, as far as what I did this week to prepare for this project, I actually watched all the videos and read all the actual reading material that was given to us, and I created my own playgrounds for each activity and actually implemented my own code to learn what the activities had to teach. And I also created a couple UI labels and different color backgrounds just to get a feel of how to use the UI in Xcode. Now, as far as a short overview of my code, here is the actual overview. I'm just going to change this to iPhone 5, and launch it just to show you what it looks like. And there it is, my app that I created, my book report app, I should say. Now, as far as walking through it, here's the background color, which is right here. I created a custom one through Hexcode and got that. And then, of course, I created the book title label, the author text label. So, book title label, author text label. Of course, you can see they both have different background colors and different text colors. And they are right here, the background color, and of course the text color, which is right here as far as that's concerned. As you can see, as far as the rest of it is pretty similar. Author's name, and then of course the published name label is right here, and then the published name is right over here, and then of course the summary label is right here. So those particular labels are pretty much the same. They just have different justifications for left and right, and they are right here for the justifications. I switched it. I really like this actual framework for creating labels. Gives you a really direct dimension of how to move your label around. Now, as far as the summary label, it's pretty much the same thing right down here. And then, of course, the plot label with the string to create your actual summary. And then, of course, the text color is different again. Text alignment is centered. And then this particular label requires a number of lines to fit in the actual information. And then here is the view add subview for all the labels to be viewed. And then down here is the item label, which is the list of items with a background color. And of course, text alignment, and of course, different text color. And then the same thing for the actual items itself. I just called them items, wrote a string, and created that, and then created two add subviews for that. Now, as far as the storyboard, it's drag and drop, pretty simple, easy, and I did do the actual connection for the add IB outlet, as you can see right here. And then we'll go back to the main storyboard and show you proof of that, which is right over here. It's connected to this particular label when you see it. And then that is pretty much it as far as that's concerned. Now, as far as the next question says, what do you think you could have done better? These two particular questions right here. Create a string of 5 items, 1 and 2 of the label and array section. I could not figure out how to create this array with a loop and then actually create a string property. Those are the two questions that I really had a tough problem this week, and I could not figure this particular questions out. So I would love some help on that and feedback if you can. Um, and then as far as comparing, creating the labels and colors in a storyboard and creating them in code, I actually thought that the code for me is a little bit more comfortable. I know it's a little bit more work, but you have, you know, the way of making the colors a little bit more direct and precise. You have everything laid out in front of you, and where you could put it, you have complete control. I know you have complete control on the storyboard, but this gives you a little bit more direct and precise control, and you get to have a little bit more familiarity of how to work with the labels and putting them and positioning them, and how to take the text colors and, of course, centering stuff through code. I know it's a lot of code, but I prefer it. With the storyboard, it's a lot simpler, and you could just drag and drop and tie in labels to the view controller, um, but I prefer this particular way because it gives me a better feel of how to move around your parent view. As far as everything else goes, I really enjoyed this project. I wish I could have figured out how to make this array, and of course the string property. Hope everybody else is doing great. Happy coding, and we'll see you next week.